An arrogant man died and went to hell. He was met there by the devil himself, who said to him, "Contrary to what you might have heard, we are democratic down here. In fact, I'm going to give you a choice of eternities." "Doesn't sound very satisfactory," snorted the arrogant man. "I'm in hell, aren't I?" "Yes, which means you have to choose or be forced. Even in democracy, we maintain our standards." "That sounds better. So what have you got?" "Your first choice is to spend an eternity in absolute total suffering with only 1 second of pure bliss. Doesn't sound like much of an option, but you'd be surprised how many stupid yet dedicated souls have chosen this one." "It does sound stupid, but compared with the next one, I bet it's heaven itself." The devil winced a bit and went on. "The second choice is an eternity of absolute total bliss with only 1 second of pure suffering." The man waited a bit, but the devil did not add to this. Finally, the man said, "What?" "Just as you hear, I'm a fallen archon of my word." The dead man weighed up the options in the scales of his mind and then finally said, "That's not a choice, that's bullshit. You're trying to scare me off. They call you the Prince of Liars." The devil winced again, but only said, "It's still your choice to make." "I've made it. Option 2. You think I want to spend an eternity suffering?" The devil smirked. "That is indeed much of the point," and then directed the dead man to the portal of promised eternity. As he was about to go in, the dead man turned to the devil and asked, "Oh, by the way, when does this second actually happen?" "I'm not going to tell you," the devil said, and shoved the dead man in. For a brief while, the dead man found himself in some kind of paradise where beautiful women were running their tongues all over him, an eternal stream of whiskey was pouring into his mouth, and his favourite sports shows were on eternal play. But the words of the devil came back to him soon enough. He remembered, all this bliss, all this great pleasure, his for eternity, except for 1 second. 1 second in this unending delight. When? The next second? Or the next? Eternity does not end. How could it be measured in seconds? And yet the words of the devil kept coming back. He called the devil a liar. He had just tried to trick him out of paradise. It was the final test to see if he was smart enough for heaven. For a few seconds he relaxed, only to be plagued by anxiety again. Could he be sure? The devil didn't lie about all this pleasure. Could he have been truthful about the rest? Either he lies or he doesn't. Mixed truth with lies? Possibly, but he had never heard that proven. It could be, or it could not. Right now, anything was possible. So the devil could be telling the truth. And all these thoughts blocked out the pure pleasure he was being given, an enormous anxiety, a total fear beyond death that blocks out immeasurable suns, filled his every particle, and he remained in that state for eternity.